Hello, hello, yogis. Happy Friday. We won't be needing these. Welcome to the Friday Yin class, where we're really going to slow down. So, slowing down and being intentional is our focus for this month. And Yin yoga is the perfect practice for slowing down. In Yin yoga, we aim to center our mind, to focus our breath, and to connect to our bodies. So you may want some props for this class. I'm not going to use any, but you can always use your blocks to support your body, a blanket, pillows, anything that helps you to maintain the pose. And something to remember with Yin Yoga too is that we want to come to our edge where we feel sensation, but not come into the deepest expression of the pose. So how I do that is I'll come to the deepest expression and then back my way out to a place where I can sustain and maintain the posture. Let's start today's class in a child's pose. Coming to the back of your mat, big toes come to touch, knees come out wide. Now, if you have sensitive knees, you can always place a blanket underneath the legs. And then you're going to walk your hands forward and let your forehead rest down on the mat. Maybe for today, you keep a gentle bend in the elbows and really spread your fingers out wide. I even invite you to tap each finger down into the mat as you really widen through the palms. Sink your awareness to your tailbone as you lengthen through the crown of the head. As you let yourself settle into this opening posture, closing down the eyes and starting to become aware of the breath. As your breath sinks, as your awareness sinks toward the breath, let the breath focus the mind, focusing the mind on the breath. And in this moment, I invite you to give yourself permission to really slow down for the next 30 minutes. Let's take a few rounds of balanced breath. Take a deep inhale through your nose, send your breath into the belly, fill your lungs, fully expand and pause. And then open mouth exhale, breathe it out, let it go. Feel the body sink into the floor. On this inhale, count out your inhale. How long is your inhale? And then exhale, count the same count. Taking a big breath in, counting that inhale, and count back down with the exhale. Big breath in, count your inhale, and count down your exhale. Let's take 3 more rounds of this breath. Know that it's okay if your count is slightly different with each breath. As long as your exhale is the same as your inhale, that's perfect. Notice the shifts that occur in the body because of the breath. This is how we allow the breath to draw our mind into this moment. Slow down your breath, slow down your mind.
Without moving the lower body, let's walk our hands over to the left side of our mat and sink the right hip back. Start to feel into the opening through the right side of the body. Once again, let the breath anchor you into the present moment. Notice all the parts of the body that expand and release with the breath. Let's take one more breath here. Breathe into that right side body. Stay here for your exhale. Walk your hands back through center. Let's take a big inhale at center. See if there's any more space. And on your exhale, walk your hands over to the right side of the mat, sinking the left hip back and down, opening up through the left side. Staying curious, noticing if this side feels different than the previous side. And noticing if there's any sensations building in the body. Maybe there's sensations that are increasing. Maybe there's sensations that are decreasing. Let's take one more inhale here into the left side. And stay for your exhale. Walk your hands back through center. Let's look forward and press ourselves all the way up onto the knees. And then walk the hands back forward as we sink the hips back. Letting the forehead rest down, shifting ourselves into our puppy pose. Letting the chest sink. Your knees are stacked right underneath your hips. Letting the shoelace side of your feet rest down into the mat. Notice the sensations in your body. And stay connected to the breath. Stay curious about how the breath affects the body in this shape. Is there a different part of the body that you're experiencing sensation in? From here, let's press ourselves up into a tabletop position, stacking shoulders over wrists, knees under hips. Spread the fingers out wide and maybe tuck the tailbone under to really feel into this neutral tabletop position. It feels very natural for me to let the hips roll back. So see if you can tuck the tailbone under and create that nice flat back. And then let's inhale, drop the belly, arch the spine, lift the gaze. And exhale, round the spine, head hangs heavy, press through the palms. Inhale, back into your cow, arching the spine, lifting the gaze. Exhale into your cat or camel, pressing through the palms, tucking the chin to chest. Moving really slow through these transitions and linking your breath to your movement. Inhale as you arch. And exhale as you round. One more. Inhale as you arch. And exhale as you round. Come back to neutral and let's shift ourselves to our bottoms. Extending your legs out long in front of you. As we come into this seated posture, let's take a moment to do a few rolls through the shoulders. Inhale as you lift and exhale as you lower. Inhale as you lift and exhale as you lower. One more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Let's inhale, get nice and tall. And exhale, hinge forward. Just coming into, again, a space where you can feel some sensation in your body. Allow yourself to find some stillness and connect to the breath. Good morning, Nellie. Good morning, Nellie. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. You're such a good girl. Hello, honey. Hello. Continue to allow the breath to guide you into your posture, to guide you into the present moment. Let's take 3 more rounds of balanced breath here. Inhale through the nose, count it out in your mind. And count down for the exhale. Inhale, count it up in your mind. And exhale, count it down. Start to notice if there's some space in the body for you to maybe come a little bit more into this pose. See if there's any release that you can bring into the shoulders, to the chest, to the back. And notice where you're feeling sensation in the body. Searching for the subtle sensations. Let's take a few more deep breaths here. And then slowly start to lift yourself up. Let's take a moment, plant the hands behind you, press the palms into the floor, and press the chest toward the ceiling, tilting through the chin. In our forward fold, we were breathing into the back side of the body, the back line of the body. For this chest opener, let's breathe into the front line of the body. Staying connected to your breath, maintaining your breath. Maybe there's some space to squeeze the shoulder blades together, opening up a little bit more through the chest. Pressing yourself through center. Take a moment, roll out the wrists. We're going to slowly, gently shift ourselves down to our right side. Coming down onto the right elbow, the right leg. I encourage you to bend into the bottom leg and extend the left leg out long. Keeping the shoulders nice and square. Noticing where you feel sensation. Know that if there's too much sensation down on the right hip, you can always slide a blanket underneath that hip. Maybe you let your right ear come toward your right shoulder and rest down on that right shoulder. It's not easy to be still. It's not always easy to slow down. But we do things on our mats. We practice them on our mats so that we can practice them off of our mats. From here, we're going to shift ourselves onto our stomach. Come down onto your stomach, stack your hands on top of one another, and let's bring the left ear down to the mat. And focus on the breath, lengthening out through the neck. Let the breath do the work. Send the breath deep into the belly, pressurizing the internal system. And then let it release with the exhale. Continue with that nice, deep belly breath. This is really good for your respiratory system. And then let's shift to the opposite ear, gazing to the right, balancing out the neck. Staying connected to those deep belly breaths. See if there's anywhere that you can invite release. You may be holding tension in parts of the body that you're not aware. Maybe it's the legs. Maybe it's the feet. Maybe it's the shoulders. Let's take 2 more deep belly breaths here. Bring the head back through center. Take a moment, tuck the chin to the chest, lengthen out through the neck. And then inhale as you lift the gaze forward, chin is lifted. Let's do 2 more of those, tucking the chin to the chest. And inhale, lift the chin, gaze forward. 1 more, tuck the chin to the chest. And inhale, lift the chin, gaze forward. Come through center. We're going to switch to the opposite side. So bringing the left hand down, rolling the body open, bend into the left knee, keep the right leg extended. Get yourself stable, lengthening out through the right side body, creating some pressure on the left side body. Sorry that my back is to you. That's just the easiest transition to create. Maybe you allow your left ear to come down and rest on your left shoulder. Lift the head up, press the mat away, twist yourself back, forward. And let's come into a butterfly position. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Let yourself get nice and tall through the spine. Take a big inhale. And exhale as you hinge forward. You can plant your hands down on the mat in front of you, keeping a nice straight spine. See if there's anywhere that you can invite release into the body. Staying connected to the breath, letting the breath draw you in, drawing in the focus of the mind. Continuously giving yourself permission to slow down, slowing down the breath, slowing down the mind, slowing down the body. Walk your hands back towards your body. Draw your knees together. Plant your feet hip width distance on the floor. Let's plant the hands behind us once again and gently shift the knees from side to side. Keep shifting from side to side. And come through center. Let's extend our legs out long, coming flat down onto our backs into our final resting pose. Finding this resting pose in your body, something that feels comfortable and sustainable for you. Closing down the eyes. Let's take 3 rounds of balanced breath. Know that you can continue with this balanced breath. You don't have to go anywhere or do anything other than be right here, right now. Let's take 3 more breaths here before we close out class. Maybe these are the deepest breaths you've taken this entire time. Gently draw your knees into your chest. Wrap your hands around your knees if that's accessible. Gently rock right and left. Maybe you grab the backs of your knees for some momentum, or maybe you press yourself up with your palms. Ending class in our easy seat, grounding down into your sitting bones, pressing your palms through heart center, tucking your chin to your chest. Taking a moment to honor yourself for showing up and being here. Taking a moment to honor yourself for giving yourself permission to slow down. This is not the norm in our culture, in our society. It's quite a fast-paced world out there. And slowing down on our mats can help us to slow down and notice that much more, taking in that much more of the beauty of life around us. Thank you for being here today, for sharing in this space and allowing me to share this practice with you. It is always my honor. The light, the love, the wisdom in me sees, honors, reflects, and encourages the light, the love, the wisdom in you. Namaste. If you like this class, be sure to share it, be sure to save it, be sure to favorite it. I hope to see you again on your mats very, very soon. And until then, may your light be your guide.